I'm Frank Waln, I'm Sicangu Lakota, I'm an artist, a producer, performer. I'm here with the Indigenous delegation representing the Ocheti-Shakomi, my nation, Lakota Nation. We're here to march, we're here to let the world know that we have been protecting the earth for thousands of years as an Indigenous people, and we're still doing it today. We are protectors, not protesters.
Hello world, this is Tom Goldtooth, Matoa Waya Kapi from the Indigenous Environmental Network. Oh, I'm just so happy, and all the Indigenous peoples here, many cultures, many races of people here. We're going beyond the insanity and the contradictions of the UN system. We're against the corporate takeover of United Nations climate negotiations. These are the people of the land. Our Indigenous peoples are also the ones in the front lines who are fighting against a fossil fuel economy. We're here to demand a just transition, real solutions against an economic system that is not sustainable. It's killing Mother Earth. It's polluting our water and our air. And we're also against false solutions. False solutions where they're talking about carbon trading, carbon offsets, which is all about privatization of nature. We're against that. That is not the solution. We have to cut emissions at source. That's why we're here. Keep the oil in the ground. Keep the tar sands in the land. We're against fracking and against dirty energy. But we have to work together and build energy with democracy. We have to work together to develop energy that is clean, renewable. We have to also work together with people of the world and confront this issue of too much consumption, too much addiction to energy. And we also have to reevaluate our relationship to Mother Earth. That's for all people. That's why the Indigenous elders that were here, they prayed for the earth, they prayed for the water and the air. They prayed for all people, all cultures. But they said, we have to come back to Mother Earth so that we understand our relationship with her. And so that's one of the messages that I'm here to convey. And I go into the UN often, but I'm here to stand with our people on the outside. Thank you very much.
We walk in the light with our brothers and sisters. We stand and fight with a drum, a song, a prayer, this change of time. This is the true reckoning, the human awakening. Together, brothers and sisters, I don't know more.
Okay, I'm pleased to see people gathering here. It's always good to see the spirit. New faces, young faces. A lot of some old people here too. A lot of some veterans are here. And I think this march is probably right on time. And the consequence of what's going to happen, you know, what will come from here. We can gather the spirit of the people to move independently of leadership and nations and nation states and take charge of their own lives. That's what this is all about. If there's going to be a future, it certainly isn't coming from the leadership that we see around the world today. So I'm very pleased to see so many, I would say, happy faces. They're happy faces today. Everybody's smiling. It's good. So today's another day, and tonight we'll see what happens.
Hey, brother.
Oh my God.
Poster?
One more.
Yeah.
from the Human Impacts Institute, and we're all about inspiring you to take action for environmental and social issues and finding your place to really take meaningful action. And we're out here for the Climate March to really show our leaders how diverse our group is and how we want climate action on all levels, and that we want our politicians to lead, and if not, we're going to go to the polling stations and change who's leading.
So I'm Douglas Williamson. I'm the coordinator for communications for Earth Charter International based in Costa Rica, and I came up here today to march with this massive climate march on behalf of the Earth Charter. We tagged up with the Human Impacts Institute, and there's a whole bunch of other people who came in from around the country to join us today. The reason that we think that climate change is an important issue is that it really goes to the heart of many of the ethical issues that the Earth Charter addresses. It goes to an ecological integrity issue, it goes to a social and economic justice issue, and there's non-violence, peace and democracy issue that are all involved inside the climate change issue. Of course, the Earth Charter supports the betterment of all of those things: more democracy, more peace, more non-violence, and all of those things will be more if we decide to address the climate change issue. If we don't, if we continue to allow climate change to degrade our communities around the world, we're going to create more social and economic injustice that will lead to less peace, that will lead to more violence, for sure. And of course, the Earth deserves to remain ecologically intact as well. We have a responsibility to protect other species as well as other people and the planet for all time. And that is a message that the Earth Charter is totally behind, and we're very happy to bring that message to New York, to talk to other people about it. And we also hope that anybody who wants to get down to the ethical and moral issues of climate change or any other issue, that they interact with the Earth Charter and learn how to use it, learn how to come closer into contact with those ethics, those principles and values. And of course, you can get in touch with me, Douglas Williamson, www.earthcharter.org. You can find me in that website, and you can find a whole lot of other great information about what we're doing with youth, what we're doing with ethics, spirituality, and a load of other issues. So thank you very much, and I hope we'll hear from you all very soon.
So what's really important about the People's Climate March today is that it's taking place just 2 days before the United Nations will be hosting the largest gathering of world leaders ever, including Copenhagen, to talk about climate change. What we didn't do right for COP15 in Copenhagen was that there wasn't an outside strategy, people in the streets, to put pressure on world leaders so that they would actually respond by making real, tangible policy changes and commitments. This year, I think we've got 4 news cycles. First news cycle tonight, Sunday, tomorrow, Monday, talking about people in the streets, world leaders showing up tomorrow night, and all day Tuesday. 4 news cycles all about climate change.
Well, I'm here because this is my life. Not marching on New York streets, but marching in defense of the earth. And I'm here because people are forgetting that we have a UN treaty that needs to be upheld, that needs to be deepened to govern the world community. And I'm here because the disasters are killing people already in my country. The Ganga floods of last year, 20,000 dead. The Jhelum floods of this year, 500 dead. It is an ecocide and it's a genocide. And we've got to stop it.
Everybody should be. I like it.
Ocha is a global action network that's going to unite global citizens and especially young people in global challenges action with a focus on the post-2015 Sustainable Development Goal agenda implementation and using ICT, top ICT, and working with the financial resources of global philanthropists, micro philanthropists, and very big philanthropists, and with friends from Qatar and all over the world.
Democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what I can't hear you. Democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. We love you, man.
This is one of the best moments for climate justice. The religious community's on board as never before. Yale students from the School of Forestry and Environmental Studies are here asking for divestment from Yale. It is a really important moment, and especially with the next generations. Thank you.
Tanderup, and I live near Nebraska. I'm on the proposed KXL Pipeline route, and we also live on the Ponca Trail of Tears, the route that they took in late 1800s from north of us near Niobrara, Nebraska to Ponca City, Oklahoma. We have been actively fighting the pipeline. We are in the lower portion of the sand hills of Nebraska. We have very sandy soil. It's sand and gravel, and then there's water, and then there's a shale layer. So we have lots of water, and it's close to the surface. And if this pipeline were to leak, it would basically ruin our portion of the Ogallala Aquifer, the greatest freshwater source in the United States. So that's there are a zillion reasons why we're fighting this pipeline. We shouldn't even be mining tar sands, but our number one focus is our water and protecting our land and water from the potential danger that's there. In all of this, we've been involved in several ways. Last April, an artist named John Quigley created the world's largest crop art on our farm, which portrayed a Native American and a cowboy, as well as an image of the sun, and the logo said Heartland #NoKXL. Last November we hosted the Ponca Trail of Tears camp, where we had a 4-day spiritual ceremony on our land. And this spring we planted planted about 4 acres of polka sacred corn. Some of the seeds were 137 years old. So that's growing on our farm right now. And then this next weekend, on the 27th of September, we are going to be hosting a concert on our farm, and it will feature Willie Nelson and Neil Young, as well as some others, and it will be sponsored by Bold, Nebraska and the Cowboy Indian Alliance. So we will have the Native Americans from South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, etc. that will be participating in this event as well. And we hope to make some statements, you know, with some famous musicians out there to talk about how evil this pipeline is. Okay, this deals with the black snake, the Native American symbolism here, which represents the pipeline and the potential destruction that it could cause. The image in the center is the image for at the top here is the image for the Cowboy Indian Alliance, and we, you know, have said that there will be no pipeline on sacred ground. There will be no pipeline, no black snake through the Dakotas or through Nebraska.
So I'm Jane Kleeb, and I'm here at the People's Climate March. We're with Bold, Nebraska and the Cowboy Indian Alliance. And it's obviously critical that President Obama and world leaders really start to hear the people in the streets. And for us, we're not only going to be marching today, we're going to be marching right into the voting booth on November 4th to make sure that we make sure that climate deniers are no longer in office representing the people, because the people have spoken and we want action on climate now.
None of this change happens without a responsive Congress. Let's back up our president and make some real change politically.
Plastic is not fantastic!
Get in touch with